Happy Saturday, everyone. So anyway, I had my interview for another job opportunity, and it would potentially pay twice what I'm earning now. And now I have the rest of my Sunday. So this other job is an MSP, and what that is a managed service provider, helping businesses in residential environments with their technology needs. So it's a real company. It's not like what I was up to, which was just a sole proprietorship where I did it all. So it is a potential good fit. We'll just have to see. They would likely pay me what I want, and it would be 40-hour-a-week job, and it would be doing house calls and operating the shop. So that's pretty much what I'm up to. I didn't go live yesterday. I just got so busy. I got stuck on the phone. I had a friend on the phone for about 2 hours after work. So after that, I was just a little bit exhausted. So I didn't actually record anything Friday. But anyway, I figured I'd say hi and let everyone know that I have a new job opportunity. So now I'm going to go back to my other job. Well, after I potentially get an offer, I'm told I will hear back within the next week. If I get an offer, I will then tell my current employer that they either can offer me something a little bit better, or I'm going to have to move on, because my temp wage is not something I can hang on to for another 4 months, because they want me to be a temp for another, well, a total of 6 months. And I think I've spoken of that. You want to try before you buy for 3 months, I'll give that to you. But I need a livable wage. That's what I'm up to. So let's see here. Now I have the rest of, it's about noon. I'm going to go get some lunch. I'll probably do some fried chicken at the grocery store. And life is good. I don't have much money in the bank, but I think I can keep myself fed for the rest of the week, at least until Wednesday. Again, remember, my payday is Wednesday. Well, technically midnight, so sort of Thursday. That means I can't do a whole lot of exploring, because putting gas in the car is a big deal. So I'll do some studying. I'll study for my, I got a couple IT certificates. I don't know if I mentioned that. I think I did. My Project Plus and Network Plus and maybe Security Plus. Just to make myself as employable on paper as possible. Yeah, I can't just assume they're going to hire me full-time where I am now. After 10, yeah, it's just, it makes me wonder why they think they can get away with paying someone $20 an hour when the job is worth basically twice that. See, the person, I don't know if I mentioned this, the person that was doing what I'm doing before me is apparently incompetent. And there's all sorts of eye rolling when she comes up in conversation. So it's interesting. They're only paying $20 for the job, and that's what they got. Now they got me, and I get to go away if I choose. I need a livable wage. So this MSP I would potentially be working for has already, just in the half hour we spent talking, talked about how there are ways to make money and things I didn't really even consider working on my own, because the way that I set myself up in an inability to scale up is to I only sold myself, my labor. I charge $160 an hour to do what I do, and that's how I make my money. There's all sorts of software services that I just never bothered to position myself for. And I think working on your own, one of the biggest challenges is, especially when you're dealing with a technology experience where growth is required, you have to stay up on the latest and greatest. But I kind of hesitated in grasping certain technologies, mainly because I didn't want to get paid to not be able to offer or deliver. Basically, experimenting on others' time is, I mean, in a way, it's kind of the nature of the thing, but I also didn't want to have to walk away without getting paid, because I couldn't come up with a good solution. And when you're on your own, your only source is online, which is a great resource. But in practicality, if you don't have anyone to tell you exactly how it operates in person, You don't have a team. Even if you're an executive, you have little employees that can give you information, a total wealth of information that you're not necessarily going to find online. You can have a live conversation with a team member. You can have all sorts of experiences at all levels in person, which you're not necessarily going to find online. A lot of the YouTubers, there's a lot of how-to videos, and there's assumptions that are made by these YouTube creators. When these how-to videos are done, there's steps in IT that they don't talk about. Little steps that will throw you off, because if that step is missing and you're trying to follow word for word how to do something, but they don't tell you anything. I mean, if they don't tell you that one little thing and then you get hiccuped, and then you're thinking, what happened? Was there a software update and now the whole process has changed? So, yeah, that can get frustrating. One example is, like I have a friend I talked walking through Windows, and I was able to walk her through installing her own copy of Windows, because I told her, you download the image of Windows 11, you put it on an 8 gig memory stick, and once that's extracted, then you install Windows. That's not the whole story. The whole story is you tell Windows not to go to sleep, because by default that computer is going to fall asleep, and if that computer falls asleep, the creation of the Windows 11 USB stick fails. Most people don't have their computers set to never sleep. That's an example of a detail that gets missed. So I had to tell her, oh, what do you mean it failed? So eventually I realized through my own experiences, oh, that's what happened. Her computer goes to sleep every 10 minutes, takes 20 to 30 minutes to create these USB image sticks. What happens? Microsoft chooses not to recognize the fact that the computer's busy creating an image, so it still allows itself to fall asleep after 20 minutes. So I actually had to tell her to do it again, but make sure the thing is told not to sleep, or plug it in so it doesn't lose battery power. And then if completed, because creating your Windows 10 or 11 memory stick, install stick, it's easy. It's just a little bit of time consumption, because it's like a half hour. Even on a faster computer, it creates a sophisticated image of Windows. That's the OEM copy of Windows. Well, it's the retail copy, but it doesn't, my point is, it doesn't have the crap that Best Buy puts on it, or Dell puts on it, or any of the other brands. In that way, you have an empty copy of Windows. Generally, when I sell myself as selling a copy of Windows installed on a machine, that's what I'm selling. I sell a copy of Windows without the retail crap that slows you down. But anyway, I'm breaking off into tangents. Yeah, those are the details that you have to pay attention to. Anyway, I wanted to say hi because I was bummed because I didn't get a chance to say hi yesterday. So we'll see next week if I have another job offer and I get to go back to my other employer and say, hey, I need a livable wage. What you're paying me is fucking sucky. So there we go. That's it. Do I want to say anything before I go away? No, I'm just going to get some lunch and then do a little bit of studying, and that's about it. Have a good rest of your Saturday.